Hi, I'm Larissa from Your Horse, and I'm here with Olympic superstars Charlotte Dujardin and Hester. So guys, how have you found the demos this weekend? Have you enjoyed it? Is it something you're used to doing?
Yeah, I mean, we've actually demonstrated here before, and I think the interesting thing was, because I think a lot of people come back to Your Horse Live every year, and we showed Vallegro here probably about 4 or 5 years ago, didn't we? And so I think that must be fascinating for people to see horses in demonstration and then see them, where they end up in the future. So wonderful to have seen him here a few years ago. We do a lot of demonstrations. We're quite used to them. The horses, of course, never. We use them. We use demonstrations to try and further their education. So they're great things to do. So we've enjoyed it. I mean, Charlotte had a bit of a rough ride with her baby yesterday. It was very cold-backed at the start, and then to see him today was totally relaxed, finishing it. Well, that's been a great experience for him this weekend.
Yeah, and you've had an amazing response. We've had queues literally out of the whole complex. Is that really touching?
Oh yeah, it is, and I just think it's part of the popularity of dressage now. For me, it's just incredible because I've obviously been doing these sort of things for 20 years, and to see how excited people are about seeing demonstrations and the fact they want to learn now, from the success perhaps we've had as a nation just recently, it's done wonders for the sport, really.
Definitely.
Wonders, and it's lovely for us to have people. People are so nice, and you know that they come to see what you do and they want to ask you questions. It's lovely to have them here.
Yeah, I think we've got you two to thank for the sport becoming so popular. What is it about you two that just clicks and works so well, do you think? What's the magic formula here?
You can ask her there.
I think it's that we're honest with each other. Like he can tell me if it's really bad and I can tell him if it's bad, and okay, we do bicker. We argue. He doesn't like it very much, obviously, when I tell him it's not very good, but he does get over it and he does do it, and
Well, dressage is about getting better. Let's face it. I said in my demonstration that the detail to winning gold medals is massive. You don't just go out there and win it without a lot of detail. And Charlotte and I both feel the same about our riding. We put a lot of detail into it. Yeah. And to do that, obviously, you have to be brutally honest. That sometimes, makes you quite hard to listen to. I mean, obviously, if I know she's not going to win that, I am, I'm cross because I have to tell her, well, this is how you do it. And of course, she doesn't like it either.
Yeah, but as a rider, you do need that.
As a rider, you need it.
Yeah, you do, exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it is
and
hard.
I needed the same, and I had to up my game as well. As you could see this year, it took Laura as well. The three of us had to up our game to win that gold medal, and for that, you need somebody that you trust. It's your eyes on the ground, and that can be honest with you and you with them. But away from the riding, we do have a laugh as well. It's not all, just like hard slog and everything. And Charlotte's got her own life, and I've got my own life. But when we meet up at competitions, it's obviously fun because we know each other very well, and we can rely on each other for support.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, you probably do get the occasional day off once a blue moon. What do you guys do in your downtime?
I like to go shopping. I love doing it. Yeah, absolutely. My partner hates it, but I make him come along, and it's nice. It's nice to do something different away from the horses, and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Carl?
I don't very often get a day off. I tend to go and teach my friends on a day off because I don't have time to help them in the week when I'm teaching.
Don't believe that, right? He does do a lot of dinners.
No, I don't.
You do.
Dinners.
Lots of
That's
drinking.
not a day off. I'm cooking.
No, he goes for lunch. He goes
that sounds nice. That sounds like a leisurely
Which is why I'm wearing a very tight top now to keep my stomach in.
Let me tell you, yeah.
Oh, give it a rest. I don't call cooking a day off, do you? I've had to learn that.
Do you enjoy cooking?
You always cook. You get someone else to do it for you.
No, I
Such
don't.
a liar.
I put it in.
Honestly, don't believe that. Honest.
I put them in my dishes so it looks like I've cooked it. But anyway, there's an art to that as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, moving on swiftly from that topic, do you guys get nervous before you ride? It sounds ridiculous to say because you must have ridden in 1,000 competitions now. Do you still get nervous, and how do you deal with that?
Yeah, everybody does, and people deal with it differently. I am not a nervous competitor until this year, and then I really, experienced a lot of nerves at London, and I think that's because, I knew that things could go wrong. There was only 3 of us on a team, so none of us could afford for anything to go wrong, either be that a lame horse or a horse making a mistake in the arena. So there was a lot of things that we had to worry about. So I think that kind of a little bit got the better of me from the point of view that I actually was nervous for the first time. But we have long-standing partnerships with our horses. So I've ridden Utopia since he was 4. He was 11 this year, and Charlotte's been on Allegro same length of years really. So for that reason we trust them very much, and we know they're not going to let us down, and that is a huge relief taken off your shoulders because we can just concentrate on the tests.
Yeah, definitely. And do you get nervous?
Before I get on, I get like butterflies in my stomach. It's partly like excitement and partly obviously like for me, my biggest fear is letting anybody down. That's my biggest thing. It's not nerves as making mistakes or going wrong or anything. It's letting people down, especially when you're riding on a team. It's really difficult. But I probably get more nervous watching Carl ride. I mean, at the Olympics, I can't tell you. It was awful, and
well, it actually made you more nervous for your ride.
Yeah,
didn't it?
I had to watch Carl in the special, and I literally didn't have long before then. I had to get on, and I had no time to kind of let my nerves or my adrenaline, run down. I got on and I couldn't feel my legs. My legs were like jelly, and I can remember saying to Carl, I can't do it, I can't feel my legs. It was awful. And to try and as a rider, get yourself to, get over that feeling and not let it affect you. Yeah, it was quite difficult.
You obviously overcame it. And then how important are first impressions when buying a horse, do you think?
We've bought a lot of horses that don't look like anything, and we just like them either for the fact that even if they aren't like the best looking horses, but if they have that kind of action that we really like, then but there's lots of reasons why we would buy a horse. Generally we try and buy very cheap horses because we know that that they don't always make it. So from that respect, if they're not good enough when they're ridden, because we buy them unbroken because they're a lot cheaper, and if they're not good enough when they're ridden, we pass them on, but you tend not to lose too much money doing it that way. Temperament, when you're buying an unbroken horse, of course, how do you know what his temperament's like? Apart from the fact he might be nice and cuddly in a stable, that doesn't tell you anything about when he's going to be ridden. So a lot of it is like risk, and it's just a look. And mostly we're not worried about them being good looking horses. We're more interested in how they move.
Yeah, definitely. And just finally, what are your guys' guilty pleasures?
Well, she's got so many. How long have we got?
Just one will be fine.
I wouldn't know. Don't know. What?
Answering back, you love doing that. That's a guilty pleasure for you.
I don't feel guilty about doing that. I love doing that. That's what I love doing.
And mine would be, I'm in a really unlucky position at the yard where we have a lot of people come and visit, and they always bring cakes and biscuits and all these delicious things. Like in the winter when you're cold, you want to eat.
Yeah.
And I'm very selfish about that. And if people bring me something, because my staff are like vultures, and very often I don't even get a chance to get my hands on anything. So what I tend to do is hide it. So and then sometimes I forget that somebody's made me a lovely lemon cake. They give it to me. I go and hide it in a cupboard, and then I find it a month later covered in mould.
Nice.
But I just so I've got to get over doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I must shoot because obviously, as you can see behind us, Ben's about to start his demo, and we'll see you guys later.
Great.
Thank you. Cheers.